Okay, good morning. Ready? Okay, good morning. It's 8:30. We need to call the June 1st Jasper County Commissioners meeting to order. We'll start with the pledge and then a brief moment of silence. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. Thank you for everyone who's attending this morning and those on Zoom as well. And as a reminder, our meetings can be viewed anytime after the fact. Go to our website homepage and click on the YouTube link up in the corner and you can see our archived meetings. First up, we need to address the minutes from May 4th, our regular meeting. And then we have the special meeting on May 18th. Craig and Ryan, you've had a chance to review those. Either one of you want to move and make the motion to approve as is or suggest any additions or changes?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Support.
All right. Ryan makes the motion. Craig supports. All in favor of approval, say aye.
Aye.
All right, those are approved. All right, next up, we have the monthly payroll claim distribution. The check date of May 15th, 2026, $551,660.42. The check date of May 29th, 2026, $544,184.28. Payroll total, including withholdings, $1,095,844.70. You gentlemen have had a chance to review this as well. Would one of you want to move and make the motion to approve the payroll claim distributions as presented?
Make a motion to approve.
Support. Craig makes the motion and supported by Ryan. Any further discussion? Being none, all in favor as presented, say aye.
Aye.
All right, those are approved. What about you guys? Hard to believe we're already at June. I know it's the typical thing to say, but man. All right. Next up, we have the monthly claim distribution. Claims, $694,664.17. Highway of $384,887.80. Prepays, $2,042,541.53. Health insurance, $270,618.86. For a report total of $3,392,712.36. You've also had a chance to review the monthly claim distribution. Would one of you want to move and make the motion to approve these claims as presented?
Make a motion to approve.
Ryan makes the motion. Do I have a second?
Support.
Supported by Craig. Any further discussion? Being none, all in favor as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, those are approved. Okay, next up, Sheriff Pat Williamson and Chief Brandon Napier. Good morning. And Judge Waddle as well. Welcome. Morning. Judge, I'll let you.
I think not. I'll let it go. All right, gentlemen, we've come before you before with a possible update to the courthouse cameras. I have today with me Sheriff Williamson, Chief Napier, and Eric George from Arkham. So you had asked me to obtain updated numbers, and this is what we have put together. We've circulated that in an email on May 7th. I provided hard copies to everyone this morning. And so it doesn't look like a huge price differential from the time Judge Bailey had this quoted a couple years ago when we were trying to obtain the grant. And now we're coming to you again because, as you're aware, two different judges have been shot and one killed and one very seriously wounded along with his wife in neighboring counties. So we are asking for your help to protect the courthouse and the people inside.
Yeah, Sheriff or Eric, do you want to weigh in, support Judge's comments at all? Just maybe some of the technical aspects of what's presented. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
So we put a solution together that's got a recording device at the courthouse and then we put another one in the basement of the annex. And so it would safely do for redundancy and security purposes and give them the cost one. It's an app that you can download and we can distribute that to people that want it. There's a desktop application for Windows and Macintosh devices. So if somebody wants to add it to their computer, we can do that as well. And Kevin Moore worked with security at the courthouse and the sheriff's office to make sure that the cameras are where they want them. We have a little bit more flexibility now, but it's not going to be restricted by a grant. So if we decide we want to put something somewhere, a camera somewhere else, we can do how we have a little bit.
Okay.
Eric, these are all hardwired cameras, I assume?
Yeah, so Kevin Moore will be all and then the devices located on the IT requirements. So they'll all be held on back to that.
I had a chance to speak with Kevin a month ago about this, as you guys were putting this together, and there was some concern about the thickness of the walls and trying to drill through and how do we do that. And I guess looking at the locations of these, the first thing that pops to my mind is pretty much everywhere we want to put them on the outside. We have a light pole on the outside of around the courthouse on the sidewalk. Would it be potential to bore underneath the sidewalk and hang those on the light poles and not have to go through the wall of the courthouse? Put them there.
That's a great question. What I'd like to do is get that answer to you once I talk to Kevin, make sure that he's on board with that, but that seems like a reasonable request.
I mean, it catches the same exact view shooting in versus out.
It'd be less invasive that way as well.
Yes. And there's electricity already there if they need it.
That is a great idea. Yeah, that's
Good idea.
I know before we talked about the light poles out on the corners, but then the trees obstruct the view.
Right.
Up to view.
Yeah.
But those four are pretty much positioned right.
I spoke to Kevin on the way up here, so I'll let him know that that's kind of the direction that they want to go, and then we can get back with you.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it looks good from what I've seen. Did we decide where we're paying it out of? Remind me on that. Or is it
I don't know that it's an exact appropriate use, but some of our opioid settlement funds that are sitting there, I really think because of the safety issue to the public and to everyone in the county.
Yeah, we have unrestricted category there. Okay, yeah, that's
About that.
okay.
Wasn't sure that's an exact match either, but we both agree that this needs to be done.
Yeah, well, like we have, as you know, we have some discretion over those use, and this would be a good related. It's all part of that process. So
There's plenty there.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that's
That's actually a commissioner suggestion, so
Oh.
I appreciate that as well. So
good job, Ryan. Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, as this gets presented onto the council, let's just make sure it's noted to come out of unrestricted opioid funds. That'd be great. You guys, with the changes Craig noted on the use of those light poles, one of you guys want to move and make the motion to approve this quote as presented with those changes?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Ryan makes the motion. Do I have a second?
I support the second. I would like to see what the changes that they changed the cost on it
Okay.
substantially or not.
Okay.
Probably not, because it's going to be easier than drilling through the building, right?
Yeah.
Versus drilling through
Everything comes from the
limestone.
basement out.
Yeah. It should be.
Yeah.
we'll get that right over to you.
Yeah.
Eric and I can get that, and then Pat will get it over.
Okay, all in favor as presented with suggested changes and just getting the update quote say aye.
Aye.
All right, very good.
Thank you.
so
We're gonna-
much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. I only had one other item for myself was, we're starting to accrue bills now for some of the equipment things we're ordering on our expansion and so forth. Do we have an idea where we want those to go? Obviously, those bills will be handled by the auditor and you folks.
As far as your new addition for traffic safety monitoring.
Yeah.
So we'll probably process those out of economic development.
So do you want us
agreements.
to send it over as a, I don't know, with a claim? Maybe we'll get with the auditor and see where, I mean, that's not in our budget. So
Yeah, I would say for the equipment, that's probably fine, but we'll probably need to do either an additional or a transfer of some sort for you to be able to put salaries in, where that's gonna need to come from. So,
yeah, and that's going to be a while. I'm thinking of vehicles. We've
Yeah.
ordered 3 and,
Yeah.
Some of our other things, equipment that we have to order ahead of time that's coming in.
that's ultimately where the money's coming from, but whatever you need to do to make sure it fits in your accounting and the auditor's accounting, make sure it squares your books, then
Yeah, it definitely.
follow whatever
it-
process you need to.
It definitely won't fit in ours. So,
Yeah.
we're looking at a lot of money. So it's going to be, something that, the auditor will have to work with, I'm sure.
Well, that's
So-
that's the funding source is going to be that since
Yeah.
it's for major projects and just overall safety in the county as well. So
Sounds good. That's all I got for you.
that's where it's going. Okay, very good.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.
All right.
Thanks, Chief. Appreciate it. Andy said he was unable to make it this morning, but did you all get a text from him concerning the staffing? Okay. Is he on by chance? Okay. If he jumps on later, we can come back to him if need be. We'll just put a check mark beside Coroner Boersma, and if he jumps back on, we'll accommodate his time. No, is he on now?
Yeah,
All right.
there's somebody called Andy's iPhone, so
Yeah, that's
I'll
it.
try that one.
That's it.
All right, I'm gonna unmute him.
All right. Good morning, Andy. Can you hear us?
Yes, am I unmuted now?
You're unmuted.
Okay, there you go. That's tough when you got a woman sitting at the controls and she can make you sound good or sound bad. Especially
You're
when
going to have to
married
answer
the
those
auditor.
comments when you get home, I think, sir.
Very good. Gentlemen, I sent you a text message. I'm just here to ask your permission to move forward to go to the council on that possibility. Yes, we still have deputies on our roster, but with the insurance thing that's going on and our meeting at the state level is not until the middle of June this month. I'll be there for the meeting on the 18th, and hopefully we'll have it's not going to get an answer on the 18th, but we're trying to figure out how we can accommodate the things that need to happen with the workman's comp difficulties that are out there. And so with that said, being shorthanded and with the incident of the latest crash that we had, I'd like to ask the council's or the commissioner's permission to go to the council and talk to them about funding and making another full-time person from a part-time person.
If you move this individual to full-time, are you considered fully staffed or are you going to be?
Well, we still won't be fully staffed because, our bond is for 12 part-time people. And if we can't facilitate because of the workman's comp insurance, I don't want to remove that if they figure out a way to solve that, then, I don't want to take my people off the roster because then they lose their certification and have to go through all that schooling again. And I don't want to do that. If the state's going to help fix this issue or figure out what we have to do to fix the issue, and then we can still move forward with part-time, but we still, again, with just one full-time and myself, and like I said in my text message, we were out of town, and that potentially could be, bad with not having enough help to get the individual back and start the process and, get everything set up for the pathologist to come, and then once the debris field is cleaned and things like that, to go back again. And it's just, we got a large county, and it's time that we move to have another person in there as a full-time individual. And it's not going to take away from what that individual does now. She's still going to be there to handle the things that need to be handled for the sheriff, for me, whatever. And I just want to know if I can get permission to go to the council and talk to them. And
so remind me on one thing, Andy, just so I'm clear on this. Your full-time bill, or if this person goes to full-time, when they go out on a call, they're just receiving their pay. They're not getting the extra call out fee as well, are they?
They would receive their standard salary that they're there to be on call to do what has to be done. The only difference would be is if it's something on a weekend and we have some comp time that has to be done, and then that way we would be able to have two people. If Bill did have a lot of comp time that needed to be taken, I'd still have another full-time person that I would be able to draw on in that to help me, and I could help them, Bill or her, whichever is there. It's just we're just getting busier and busier.
Brian, Craig, any comments? And after your comments, do we make a decision based on whether or not the council wants to fund it, I guess? So go ahead, Brian.
I guess, Andy, I don't want to put any more restraints on it than what there is, but we're turning the corner into a budget hearing soon. Wouldn't it be more proactive to incorporate that into a budget hearing proposal?
Well, it would be absolutely, and we discussed this. I've made mention of this a month or two back, a few meetings back, that I would like to put this into a full-time endeavor. And if that means that we have to put it in now and get it to where it needs to be into the budget for next year, then I guess I live with that. But I just, my main concern is making sure that we speak for the dead and that we keep the county protected as well.
Okay. Craig,
I guess I'm like Ryan. I think, we're 30 days away from entering into budget hearings, and I would like to see it planned out and ran through the budget hearings for something to be proposed for 27. I think that gives the council a lot more ability to plan for it, and I would support that.
So you'd support him moving this position to full-time for next year in 27, supporting his budget request going to full-time, and then, we provide the benefits, et cetera, for this.
Running it through the budget. Yep.
Okay. So that's probably a conversation also to, of course, I'm sure you would follow up with, Steve or Gary or others from the council. I would say probably, which I know you keep good records, probably a good idea to have something written that supports the request, I would say. Obviously you guys do important work and it happens at terrible hours when things happen. I totally understand that. I understand what these guys are saying. They'd like to see it kind of in a clean addition to the next year's budget as opposed to midstream. But obviously there's room for discussion here. If with that being the case, do we want to give some sort of consensus nod just for Andy to pursue this with the council for next year's budget?
Yeah, I mean, if we need to, I'm fine with him proposing it for the 2027 budget when that time comes in July.
On the topic of the workman's comp, Stace, has there been any update in regards to, are the conditions and situations still the same for the part-timers that are on his list?
They're still the same. It wouldn't matter. This what insurance company you're with.
Okay.
The statute that needs to be addressed as far as being able to provide full-time wages for the part-time people, basically. It needs to be addressed from the state level.
Okay. Okay. All right.
And I'm on the, we have an agenda set meeting on the, like I said, on the 18th in Indianapolis. And probably the biggest mistake Stace ever made was to give me his cell phone. So while I'm in that meeting, if I have to call him, I'm gonna ring him up and help him explain to the rest of us if we don't quite understand something. So.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I know you've had a busy few weeks here, and we appreciate all that you do.
Yeah, okay. Well, hi, guys. I just, and I'm not opposed to taking this. I just wanted to get it out before budget time comes and I submit something and, well, gosh, it'd been nice to know about this ahead of schedule. So that's why I wanted to get it out here now. And if I have to muddle my way through, we'll figure it out. I mean, we're not going to leave the county uncovered, but
Yeah.
we'll muddle our way through till we get to that point.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right. Thank you again, sir. Appreciate it.
All
Thanks,
right.
Andy.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
See
Andy.
you.
All right,
Yep.
bye.
So yeah, that's the, and I'm sure you'll make sure that he's clear on the topic. And if he wants a full-timer, get it in next year's budget proposal. And in the meantime, I understand there may be other requests for funding that'll go to the council, of course, if as need arises. So, next up, Highway Superintendent Ed Cain. How you doing? I know you have a request, and then if you would give us a bit of a update on the paving schedule. I've had a few folks in the south end wondering when some of those project roads are going to start being paved, and so maybe give us a status update.
Yeah, good morning. So we've started some CCMG around the county, and we started paving down at the wind farms last Thursday. So we got about 11 miles we're going to do here right off the bat, and keep working our way forward. I think we're kind of just putting binder down right now, help with the dust, get as much down as we can, and they'll come back in here in a couple of weeks, put the surface on everything.
Talking about dust, were you guys talking, are you doing dust aid?
Yeah, dust aid
application?
starts tomorrow.
Starts tomorrow?
Yep.
Does that go on all our gravel roads or is it select gravel roads?
All the gravel roads, not the entire stretch, intersections in front of homes,
Okay.
hills, stuff like that.
Right.
But not the entire mile.
Right, yeah.
But yes,
Yeah, I
yes,
get
every
that.
gravel road will get it.
It's something on every road
Yep.
wherever there's, okay.
Yep. And actually we'll go down there and we'll hit some of the wind farm in front of some homes because we might not get some of it paved till later on in the summer. So
Okay.
we'll go do a little extra down there.
Okay. And then you're at the request that you had here this morning?
Yeah, for an employee, their anniversary is June 27th. So they're asking if they can roll 4 days over to that first week of July.
Okay. Any questions, fellas? Would one of you gentlemen want to move and make the motion to approve that request to roll those days over one extra week?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Brian makes the motion. Do I have a second?
Support.
Supported by Craig. Any further discussion? Being none, all in favor as presented, say aye.
All right.
I,
Thank you.
Hey, Ed, I had a
Excellent.
call last week. I believe the person that called me lives on 480. They paved the section down there by their house already, but they didn't get the approaches done to the barnyard or to the home. It looked like to them even that they'd ran out of asphalt and it was the end of the day. Can you make sure when they go back that they get those taken
Yep.
care of?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is just, they put the binder down. This is
Gotcha.
just a scratch. So when the surface comes, then they'll extend it.
Perfect.
Yep. This is just
Perfect.
the first layer right now. So yep, it'll
All
get
right.
taken care
So
of.
11
I know exactly what you're talking about. I saw it. Yep.
So 11 miles and we're doing it, is a total of 40 down there? Is that how?
27 that are
Yes.
cement stabilized.
Oh, okay. All right.
So we're starting with these first 11. So basically trying to get everything south of 24 right now.
Okay.
And then we'll work our way north and then work our way back east across 231.
Got it. Okay. All right. Anything else, Ed, from your perspective?
No, that's it. Just busy.
All right. Jack, anything from the engineer's perspective?
Let's start off with the agreement for weights and measures. They, for years, do our weights and measures. Well, years ago, we didn't have to have our own weights and measure, but once we became population over 30,000, that's when we had to hire our own. So we've had him for several years. He does Porter County's full-time. He does ours part-time, but Porter County's treated us good. He has, very honest. And the agreement we've had before, this one's just a little different because they had to buy new equipment. And we use their equipment when we have to go to all our gas stations where a truck stops because they have to measure off like 200 gallons twice and everything else. They got a new trailer and it's all designed to be pulled with their truck. All good. This is the agreement, though, they'd like us to sign. I've emailed you this. This has been one of the greatest things that happened to us.
I had a chance to talk to Mr. Harper that does this for us. They spent almost $100,000 just on the trailer and the equipment inside it. And then not including the truck. And if we had to go out and do that for what we use it wouldn't make much sense. So I asked him to get with their county commissioners and come up with an agreement. This is what they came up with. Voted through Jack, make sure Jack was happy with it. I don't know, Eric, if you've got the chance to see it yet, but we probably ought to have him breeze it too.
This is the same person that. So I helped with the original agreement probably 12 or 13 years ago. And
Turn your mic on.
You're good.
Thank you.
I helped with the original agreement with this same vendor 12 or 13 years ago. So if there's changes everybody's acceptable with, then I'm fine with it.
Okay. Yeah, I would say it sounds like
Makes a lot more sense than us investing in all this in
I don't
for
want
ourselves.
to invest in all that.
No.
it's a nice case where big brother's letting the little brother
Yeah.
come along for the ride. So, okay. All right. Well, then that being the case, if one of you gentlemen want to move and make the motion to approve this agreement between the commissioners of Porter County and that of Jasper County concerning our weights and measures and Mike Harper.
I'd move to approve to enter into this agreement.
Support.
Okay, motion made by Craig, supported by Ryan. Any further discussion? Being none, all in favor as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Okay, then while we're signing that, let's talk about an estimate that we received where Craig's really on top of this, where as they were putting a bentonite clay around the courthouse, we noticed there was a large hole under a sidewalk or whatever, and it needs to be filled in. And the same company, TR Hodges, has a material that they would pump down in there, and they did send us a quote.
The only question I have to that is they've got it listed on there as being at the southeast corner, which I believe Green pointed out today is where the water main went in. And that's fine if there's a hole there, but the one I was speaking of was at the northwest corner. There's a hole there just outside the clerk's office.
That I don't know about. We can email them, hit them both.
Wow, that would be my opinion.
Yeah,
because it's been there for a long time.
Okay.
And he was aware of it because I think you said that one was a bigger void than
The one was 7 foot deep.
Yeah.
We'll put a group email together, even texting or whatever, and probably just the way they typed it up before.
The only other thing I would say is, and to bring to your attention, maybe his too, obviously, again, when they're power washing the courthouse, we're getting water in the basement.
We'll let them know that because they guarantee that wherever we are with the bentonite clay and that, where they did the inside, they really charged more for that. They really guaranteed that way. So we need to have them come and look at that and touch up the inside sealant that they did. That's where they'll approve that.
Okay, yeah, it's on it was only noticeable on the west side. When they washed the south side where it wasn't an issue. So when they washed the west side, part of that looks to be, Rod and I were down there coming around the steps, there's the gaps in there. So the guys that are doing the restoration now I'm gonna address that with them this week to seal that. But part of that issue too is by the clerk's office, everything pitches back into the building. So it's gonna pool there.
And what's really been hard about this is the 125-year-old building. It was a poured concrete wall. We'd have it. So the big cut limestone, all the mortar in there. Years ago, it was a dirt floor. The windows were down there. That was the air conditioning. Now to seal that off totally, a tough job.
Yeah.
Almost impossible.
Yeah.
We're working. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
All right, so this amount for the void that they did identify was $33,329. So when you guys want to move, make the motion to approve this proposal to fill that void. And then proceed with the other one. I'm sure it'll be along the same lines of cost.
If you guys want to move forward with it, it's fine. I just assume see them both at the same time and
I
that way
would
they
too.
know they're getting
I
handled
would
at the
too.
same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would too.
So-
They're one set up, one
Right.
done. Yep. Yeah, I'd move to approve and I'd be glad to meet him up there to make sure we're talking about the same place too.
So, like we did in our past one, they got you three commissioners sign that and put a little footnote there. And don't forget the other ones at Northwest side. So then when I email that back to them, they'll have that in. Okay.
Very good.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jack.
Making the notes.
Yeah. You said that other void was on the northwest.
Northwest.
Mhm.
So is that a motion then, Craig?
Yeah, move to approve, getting both potential holes filled.
Support that.
Motion made by Craig, supported by Ryan. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor as presented, say aye.
All right.
I,
Okay, that is approved.
On that conversation, I stopped by up there this morning as they're starting to remove the retention blocks that are going to get replaced around the courthouse. And I asked them to get with their boss and get us a quote. Not only, I'd asked them originally to do the flagpole at the northwest corner, the paint it.
Oh, yeah.
Looking at the light poles we were talking about earlier around this sidewalk, I asked them to get this quote on painting them as well as the flagpole by the bell. So they'll all be uniformed.
Okay. Jack, do we have any, I know we have BF&S agreements here on the heels of this. Do you have any buried cable permits or anything for us this morning?
Now you want to do like.
Just
hammered out.
go ahead and knock them out
Okay.
while we got you.
Jake's just sitting there waiting anyway. He's good.
Yeah, you got.
And some, they're basic. And some people, NIPSCO's changing out just a little gas service thing, but they always like you gentlemen to sign an agreement. There's really no footage to it or whatever. Comcast has one, mounted power supply. So there's no footage. They just want to sign an agreement. All good. MCC network, 9,000 feet. That's a small one or whatever. And it is in, you'll see the map when I hand it to you, by the Jasper Pulaski line and goes to the west. The map is right here. MCC network, a little larger one. You'll see it's map is here. Oh, it goes south at Deer Park and goes over to 39,000 feet. Cablevision light path, 1,900 feet. The map is there. They're just this READ. I thought it would have went away by now, but it's still there. It's here, 1,500 north. Cablevision light path. People are looking for their insurance. North of 1,500 north in that area. One in a wheat field area, 1,530 feet. Cablevision light path. 100 west. Cable Vision Light Path, 7,900 feet. All kind of in that wheat field area. And Cable Vision, another one, 241 feet, a small one, a little connect in there. Uh, 1,500 north, all in that wheat field area. That's the 9 of them. They're okay to go. I mean, they're here to do it. We can't really stop them. They know they can't knife. There's 9 of them. If you want to approve them, you want to sign them, you want me to sign them? It's up to you
We can,
guys.
you guys want to do what we did last month and make a motion and authorize engineer Jack Haberlin to sign these on behalf of the commissioners?
I'd make a motion to approve the 9 and allow Jack to sign them on behalf of us.
Get the stamp out. Support.
Greg makes the motion. Ryan supports. All in favor of the motion as presented, say aye.
Aye.
And
That is approved.
when we do all these, then I spell it all out. So Cynthia, Tammy, that she can put it in a minute so that you'll see them.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'd be good. Okay.
We do
Barry
have,
Cable in
okay.
this county go around to Indianapolis 500 track 300 times.
Yeah. While we're on that topic, we had received a request to extend the resolution that was for REMC concerning buried cable build out. Is that something we would need to put on officially next meeting to move on that? Or do you guys want to have a little discussion, at least, and hear from Eric?
That was something that was part of the initiative of the county to for economic development back 5 some odd years ago. Was infrastructure, energy infrastructure zones where business personal property that is used for providing broadband service is exempted from county property tax. And that was enacted with certain areas of the county as part of REMC's build out of providing broadband service with its modernization. The original ordinance expired in December 31, 2025. And so there's been a request for that to be reestablished. And I wouldn't see a problem with it being reestablished in 2026, effective January 1, 2026, if that's what the commissioners wanted. I think it would be appropriate if there was a information for the commissioners to see what was accomplished with the original build out.
Okay.
And to see what the remaining goals would be for the tax incentive. And there also needs to be a public hearing on this. So
Yeah.
the notice, I think, needs to be to the taxing units. And so it would be more than just publish it in the newspaper, but then also notice to the taxing units of the exemption. So, but it is the commissioners themselves and not the council that actually does the exemption.
I talked to Mr. Bristol at the meeting the other day and requested that he come in and kind of give a presentation on what they've done thus far and what they'd like to continue to do. So
I'd like to know timeline when they think they'll be done.
Right.
Right.
I know it's a slow process, but I know there's still a lot that needs to be achieved in Jasper County as well.
And it is a zone. And so the geographic area needs to be laid out.
Identified.
Yeah. And the commissioners under the statute need to make a finding that there is an absence of infrastructure. Which I don't see there being a problem with existing areas being continued if there's going to be extensions of service and things like that, where maybe they've drawn lines, got them down, but they don't have all the residences and things like that extended. So, but the original ordinance did have a geographic area diagram that was provided by REMC.
Okay. Does that sound like a good July 6th? Would give them time to get their
Is that giving us time
report?
to get it posted?
Yeah, it just depends on how soon they can get that stuff our way.
Right. Okay.
And the statute does allow for, it's not just broadband, but it's also utilities as well. And that might be down the road if there's extra utility service extensions for water or sewer, those types of things, that infrastructure zones can be created for those.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll make that a tentative July 6th item. And if you had gotten, did you get the correspondence directly from REMC, from Matt Bristol?
Yes, I was on the email. From-
Okay, so if you would respond to him, let him know what we're asking, what we're looking for. And if they want to come in July, great. Or if it's after that, that's fine. But that's what we express our thoughts, what we need. So that
Okay.
sounds good.
Yep.
Thank you, Eric.
Okay, and I have one more.
Okay.
We did receive a signed contract from NDOT, which we had DocuSigned earlier, and this is, everything's moving forward. And second phase of bridge inspection, it's a 4-year contract, 2 years up, this and that. So all good there, all about bridge inspections moving forward. Jake can touch on that also.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right. Ed, Jack, anything else?
Not right.
Okay. All right. So we are at the point of our BF&S agreements that we're talking about here. Want to give us a rundown, Jake? Good morning.
Good morning, commissioners. How are you this morning?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Good, good. You want to start with a specific one? We have two, if I recall correctly. The first one being the Carpenter Township section corners. Is that a good one to start with?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. So as you might recall, during the process of review with the Carpenter Wind Farm development, we had worked with them to provide for funds to complete the restoration of section corners that would be impacted as a result of the paving operations that Ed spoke to earlier and some of those things in that area. So there are 61 locations where new section corners will be surveyed, research surveyed and replaced as part of the process that falls underneath that agreement that was made maybe about a year ago at this point. So for our services, it's to do the research survey and replacement of those 61 corners. They'll install Harrison Marker Slimline Series 202 markers. Those have been worked through Vince's office as the county surveyor to make sure those are something that they support and want to use moving forward, and then provide those record sheets to the county at the completion of that. So that's what this is for today. I believe all of those funds come from the funds that were provided by EDP at the time.
Okay, that makes sense. So just for the sake of me getting a good picture, do these section corners actually get physically installed like at the center of the intersection, or where? I mean, is a section corner typically at the middle of an intersection, or where do they fall?
Generally, they're somewhere in that range.
Okay.
Yeah, sections throughout the township, and then they place them underneath asphalt. I think it's a 1/2 inch under asphalt. They're mounted in a concrete, and if they're a stone road, they're mounted deeper.
Okay.
And also surrounded in concrete so that they remain in place.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So
Ed's gonna get out there and blacktop all these roads, intersections, and they're gonna come there and drill a hole in black.
I was a little worried about that. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully you'll get ahead.
Look nice when it's done.
it'll look good, yeah.
Well, I guess if you're just drilling a hole through binder, that's one thing, and get it in there before how long of a process does this take, by the way?
About a 12-month process.
Takes about a year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, and it'll be coordinated with paving, so they may do a batch of them and then, demobilize for a while, then come back in, it'll kind of flow with the paving that happens in the area.
So then, were the previous section corners GPS pinned, or will these be going forward, or how is that process?
Yeah, they'll be referenceable by GPS within the county, but
Okay.
they'll be actually surveyed into place.
Surveyed, okay.
Yeah, so there's some research that goes into that, and then, however, sometimes you have to go a distance to connect back to that location and make sure you're in the appropriate spot, but that'll all be done.
Okay. All right. Okay, any questions?
Seems better than the rock with the cross in it out by my house. So buried in the middle of the road.
That's what yours is?
Yeah, it works.
We're catching up with times, Craig.
And that's
Just take
actually
time.
that's actually the center of the counties where that was at.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's the section corner agreement. Okay. Would one of you gentlemen want to move and make the motion to approve?
Move to approve the agreement for the section corner replacement.
Support.
Motion made by Craig, supported by Ryan. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
And then next,
The next is NIPSCO owner representative, correct? Okay. So this is related to the work that's occurring out at the Wheatfield plant. I'll break this down just high level, and then if you have any questions, we can get into the scope on each one. But essentially, the scope of work includes project management and coordination, technical review and oversight. That's your plan reviews, your calculations, your traffic, things of that nature, which have already been going on to some degree. Part-time construction compliance monitoring, which is similar to what we did for the Carpenter Wind Farm and some of the solar. And then general engineering services, which are anything that might come up along the way. Maybe culvert needs to be inspected, maybe a haul route needs to be re-inspected, something along those lines. There's about 28 items that all fall underneath those specific items that would be covered under this term of agreement. It's all hourly not to exceed for the most part. So that's use it on the needed basis. There's a lot of scope that we don't know, particularly at this point in time. So we kind of tried to keep that open. The goal of this, in terms of NIPSCO, is that we would have someone assigned so that those reviews happen on an expedited basis. We provide the guidance to the county to move through that process. We've been working with Mary's office on that, Mary specifically, on a lot of those items. So that's just to work through this over the course of about the next 4 to 5 years. As things come up, they've got multiple things that will be going through various boards and commissions for approval, and we'll be providing the support along the way.
okay. All right. We've known this has been coming and that's part of a cost sharing agreement we'll have with them with NIPSCO concerning this as well. So would one of you guys want to move and make the motion to approve that agreement?
Make a motion to approve.
Brian makes the motion. We have second.
Support.
Supported by Craig. Any further discussion? Being none, go ahead.
This will be something that NIPSCO puts forth the money like the EDP and everybody else has to the county, and then we'll reimburse. We'll pay out the invoice, correct?
Yeah, that's my understanding is that we'll,
just like we did with EDP and
That was my
solar and everybody else, right?
Right.
yeah, we'll
Just so the public understands.
yeah,
this
we have
is not-
money that'll be
Yes.
put in a line item and then we'll pay the invoices from the county to BF&S. BF&S is hired by the county on behalf of the county's interests to provide technical scope of support that we are ill-equipped to do on our own. So,
Yeah, paid for by the applicant.
yes.
Perfect.
Yep. All right.
Support.
With that further discussion, all right, support, all in favor as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Those are approved.
Thank you. I think that's all I had.
Just a minute.
That's why I said, I never
I
know.
mean, you never,
You said one last thing last time.
you never know.
Yeah, but I think there's another agreement that we're working on. And Bruce Byers and I want to kill two birds with one stone, where Bruce does our road rating and I help in this. And we work together with the ADA handicap situation. We're going to go to the fairgrounds. But as far as the pacer rating, and we have to rate these roads all the time, and Bruce really does that. Are you working on an agreement? We always have a 2-year agreement. You were working on it. You're still working on it because he wants to come pretty soon. He's worried that you don't have the agreement.
Okay. He's referring to the PASER ratings that need to occur in order to stay compliant to be able to apply for CCMG funds. I know you guys had entertained other options in that regard. We do have an agreement prepared, so we'll get that in your hands to review. It would be similar to years in the past. It's a 2-year process. The first year is a full review where we're actually driving those roads and rating each segment. The second year is an update to those roads, which in this case, you'll have several that get updated because of the 27 miles of paving. And then with that comes the MVH tabulation, the spreadsheets that get submitted that are all in the .LTAP form. Basically everything that needs to be accomplished in order to make sure you're still eligible for the CCMG funds. And this year's CCMG funds have been pushed to September. I think we've talked about that already. So instead of July, they'll be in September. So we'll be prepared with all the updates, assuming that goes through, and to put the application in September for work that would occur in 2027, assuming you get funds. So. Yep. Thanks, Jack.
And while we got you, we did have a kickoff meeting that I mostly missed. You want to give a review, Craig, on that?
On the safe
Yeah.
streets. Yeah.
And just about the committee and who's going to be involved. Would be great. Which is also headed up by BF&S for us.
Correct. So the correct me if I'm wrong here, the Safe Roads, Safe Streets grant is what's supporting this.
Correct.
To look at all our roads in the county, what needs additional signing, what we can do potentially in striping roads, what we can do to make the roads safer. Not only for us, but people traveling through our county. We had that original kickoff about a month ago now. We're getting ready to have another meeting here directly. I think the 18th is 17th or 18th, the 17th is when our meeting is again. We've managed to reach out. I know we've got the bus superintendent from Rensselaer School Corporation. There's going to be a representative from Tri-County. Still waiting to hear back on confirmation from KV. Figured that those people have a great insight to our kids in the school routes and where the bus turnarounds are, and as those change with people having graduates that graduate out of school and new people moving into the neighborhood, and they would keep us up to date on all those things that we need to be looking at from a safety standpoint. So excited about this. I think it's a great thing for the county, and hopefully we can make things a little bit better around here.
Yeah, thank you. I think I saw Phil in the back, so I know he's heading up that effort. SS4A grant, we were able to get the county the funding through the federal government on this case, and it's a holistic view of the entire county in coordination with CRPC, because they have a similar grant, but they're only looking at a couple of locations identified by the county, whereas ours will be a holistic review looking at accident data. I know we've worked with the sheriff's office already in trying to obtain some of that information, and it's multimodal too, so it's pedestrian and vehicular, bicycle. And you look at those hotspots, make recommendations on improvements, and what it does when the action plan is completed, it allows you to then pursue federal funds to implement those action plans. So it's kind of, you get this done, now you have a new funding stream that you can seek to make other improvements throughout the county. It came up quite a bit with conversations related to when I-65 closes and folks are being funneled through. The accidents go up. There's trouble at intersections that really aren't, I guess, built for that environment. So some of those things might come to the top, and then, you'd have funding eligible to then make those improvements happen. So thank you for bringing that up. Look forward to keeping that going.
Yeah. Very good. Yeah. We really appreciate all your support for everything infrastructure Jasper County. So.
Well, it's our pleasure to be of support. Thank you.
Excellent job. All right. Thank you. Okay. Lana Zimmer is here for the Jasper County Soil and Water Conservation District.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for having me. I actually have a couple of different things to talk about with you. First off, I'm here to request permission to advertise for a new hire for the Soil and Water Conservation District. We have hopefully you've had a chance to look at the job description as I presented to you. You might note that we've adjusted that job description somewhat at this time, kind of leaning a little more toward agriculture than we have in the past two people that have held this position. We look at the return on investment to the county. Most of that comes in through ag dollars, and we just want to have a stronger presence in that community along with natural resources in general. So the position is natural resources specialist, and that person works alongside other government conservation agencies in our office to implement those kinds of programs. So that is my first request. Any questions?
I know we're in the process of reviewing our MOUs. Eric, have you had a chance to work on crafting some fresh language for how that could look, that structure will look going forward?
No, I have been 100% focused on two other
affairs. We've had other big ones. Yeah.
The last month.
Right. Do we have, without putting you on the spot, I'm not trying to do that. Do we have an ETA when we think we can get that addressed?
Well, I think that the my time commitment has been largely finished, and I have an idea of how to move forward. So it's possible July 6th, just depends on how the snowball rolls.
Yeah, right. Okay. So obviously we're a little backlogged on that, but we're working on getting that process straightened out. What are your thoughts on having them pursue advertising for their new hire before we get that drafted.
I don't see a problem with it. I think that if the commissioners are inclined with the basic structure and the council is as well, then I don't see a problem with that as far as advertising a position that's now vacant.
It'll take them some time to get it done. Okay. Commissioners, thoughts?
No, obviously you have a vacancy there, and moving into this time of year where we were hoping to get busy on the weed board and other things. I think it's a great thing. I'm glad you're switching your focus over to more of an agricultural based person. I think that that's definitely a need that we need to continue to be focused on here. So no, I'm fine with it.
Strike while the iron's hot. Let's go.
All right. All right. So yes, you have support to go forward
Okay.
and get your position advertised, updated MOUs to follow here, hopefully then before our next meeting.
Excellent.
So we'll get some language back and forth and let you have a chance to look at it.
That sounds great. Okay, now I'm going to put the weed board hat on. So we have a vacancy on the weed board, and it is the SWCD position, and we'd like to recommend that Mark Jordan take this position. He is an associate supervisor for us, was our main supervisor for many years and did an excellent job. He's already been working on a project with Shay Sebring, the program coordinator for the weed board, just on his own farm. And I suggested that to him, and he was willing to take that role with your permission. So I'd like to recommend Mark Jordan to fill that role, that vacancy on the weed board.
Is he eligible with
Yeah.
his other?
Yeah,
commitments?
I asked that question myself earlier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is a non-lucrative position. And so I looked yesterday to make sure there wasn't a conflict, because that was their initial conflict with the SWCD and school board. So yeah, I think we're good to go.
Okay, well, would one of you want to move and make the motion to approve the recommendation of Mark Jordan to fill the open seat on the Jasper County Weed Control Board?
I 100% support this and move to get that done.
Support.
All right.
Craig makes the motion, supported by Ryan. Any further discussion? Being none, all in favor of Mark Jordan, fill the weed control board position, say aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you very much. So lastly, this is the season for poison hemlock. Shay has been out and about trying to track down all those really heavily invested areas. So I just want to invite the public to get on the Weed Control Board Facebook page where you could report some sightings, or just call the SWCD office to get her on that. So hopefully we can get some contracting done here soon to get some spraying while it's still highly visible. So thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep, well, while we're on the topic, I see Shay is back there. I'll put you on the spot. Shay, do you want to give us a brief update as to what you've been doing?
Thank you.
Yeah, works good. Thank you.
Hi. I've just been working on a lot of outreach things. I have some brochures just covering the invasive and noxious weeds that have been identified in Jasper County. So if you would like any of these, I can print out some more. Let's see. It's upside down. I have also been working on these fun flyers that I'm gonna put up everywhere for poison hemlock, and it just has a QR code on it, and it'll bring you to the weed board website where you can just
Nice.
report
Yeah.
sightings and things.
I'd like to have a copy of those.
Yeah, I'll print out some more. I have some extras that I can hand out. But just enjoying the new truck, driving around, see what I see.
If you email me a copy of that QR code, I'll make you a few to put on the truck then so people can.
All right. I
Do
think for the truck, I'll do a Facebook QR code.
Okay, well, whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
but
my
yeah,
update.
I'll take one of those flyers now if you want to
Sure.
bring me one.
Yeah, I've been making, there's a few different species on these flyers, just to kind of.
Shay, I had the opportunity this weekend to be driving with my kids and pointed out the poison hemlock to them. They had no idea of how dangerous it is.
Mhm.
And I think that's probably largely across everybody in this room right now has no idea of the ramifications of getting tied up with poison hemlock. I mean, this time of the year, there's a lot of guys out there putting up trail cameras. There's people going down riverbanks fishing. There's a lot of potential to be in contact with it. And I really, really think that there's a big misunderstanding of what can happen. I don't know if there's any way that we can get more information out there of how invasive this is and how invasive to our health it is. maybe it's something we can combine with the health department, and both of you take the initiative to push this very, very hard to keep anybody from getting in contact with it.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Just gonna.
Yeah, here, I'll take one. Bring me. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right, nice. Yeah, I'll take one of those. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Update, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, Mary, planning and zoning. Or planning and development, I should say.
I have one rezone. It is from an A1 to an A3 to Young Family Farms. It is a 90-acre tract that sits directly south of their existing dairy farm, and they want to put a heifer farm on it. And the proximity to the existing dairy makes it a great site for them to utilize. So it was a unanimous approval to recommend and favorable with one abstention.
Okay. All right, we have a favorable recommendation from the Plan Commission concerning this rezone from A1 to A3. Would one of you gentlemen want to move and make the motion to approve as presented?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Ryan makes the motion. Do we have a second?
Support.
Supported by Craig. Any further discussion? Any comments from Plan Commission?
No, I know we approved a rezone for the same farm about 2 months back, and question was raised, like, what's the correlation? Why this one versus that one? It sounds like this one was going to be easier to get started from a cost efficient standpoint.
Okay. All right. All right. So it's been moved and seconded. All in favor as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. That is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. We have the Historical Society Structures Planning Report. Stephanie's here. I see Judy waving back there. Nice to see you.
And our president, please.
Okay, very good.
Print it out already? Okay. Awesome. So we're here today to discuss the historic buildings that are at the fairgrounds that make up our historic village. And we had a historic preservation engineer come and look at those buildings, and he presented a report to us. I'm going to skip straight to the last page. So just to reiterate, these buildings are owned by the county, but the Historic Society has been managing their condition and their contents for years, since the 60s. So from the report, what we gleaned is over the next 10 years. So we've got time to plan. But today, what we're wanting to know from the commissioners is what's expected of us, how we can help and partner with the commissioners, or if there's somebody on the county side that would be managing these maintenance and repairs and getting estimates and getting the work done. There are a lot of things on this list that, as the Historic Society, we are willing to find volunteers for and manage those smaller projects. The highest priority, this list of 10 items, is in order of priority. The schoolhouse roof rafters and the ceiling joist condition needs further investigation. Just from shining a flashlight up there, someone needs to go up and crawl around and make some actual engineering assessment of it. What's happening to that structure, we believe, is that the weight of the building over the years is stretching those joists apart a bit, and you can actually see the outside walls of the building. If you stand at a corner and look down, Those walls are getting all of the weight of the entire building and they're bowing. Now, when this repair happens, the sides of the buildings will not be fixed. What it will do is stabilize the entire structure to not collapse 30 years from now. The actual roof shingles and everything are in good shape. There's still a lot of life left in them, but this actual structural concern is what would require some funds to further research and repair. So a couple different things can happen, and I guess whoever would be hired would make additional recommendations on, is that a matter of tying everything back together with beams of some kind, or do we just stabilize it knowing that maybe in a couple years the county can budget the funds, but something needs to be done right away to actually stabilize it. So the next one would be the schoolhouse, the cupola that's over the entryway there. When it was added to that building, it doesn't have any weep holes at the bottom. It doesn't have any way for the water that gets in or the snow that gets in to actually drain out. So we are seeing some deterioration on the inside of that building where the water is sitting up there. So that might be something as simple as creating some weep holes or enclosing it with plexiglass to keep more of the water out and that kind of thing. We don't see that as being a potentially large expense, but something that needs to be done. And then next we would move on to the roof on the log cabin. It's a mess. It doesn't have any life left in it at all. The concern there is that contractor has to be a preservation contractor. I got an estimate from Bone Dry, and they would put on an actual contemporary residential roof. You know, they don't know how to do a preservation roof, and we're not doing that. we don't need.
You don't want a metal roof on a log cabin?
Well, no, nor do we need the ice dam dampers and all that kind of thing. So, so on this list, so we've discussed numbers 1, 2, and 3 that we would need the county to find funding for, and then skip down to number 6. We would always also need the county to participate in these repairs, and that is the shutters and window sills on the Rosebud School building. The suggestion from this engineer is that we not do anything to those windows until the structure is stabilized in the roof, because he's not sure whatever we have to do in the roof, we don't want to end up messing up the new parts of the windows and things. But we have lost a couple of those shutters in the winds from last summer, actually, and last fall. And they're very patched together right now. We can take care of patching them better. Right now, there's just scraps of wood up there. But the rest of the things on the list, we're confident we can get done with volunteers and a little bit of fundraising. One of the log cabin improvements is the soil is starting to get up above our foundation and getting to that wood, getting to the logs. So we need all of that little garden area on the outside just peeled away, and the timber borders peeled away so we can get better drainage away from there. And we do have a donation already to help with that work. So I guess what we're asking of you today is, how do we proceed, and how do you see us working together? And are we thinking 26 budget, 27 budget? I mean, we can probably get a lot of the volunteer work done in the next summer or 2, I would think.
Remind me I know the county gives a small stipend to
15.
Yeah, you increased it last year. It had been 3,000 for about 10 years and you increased it to 13 last year for us.
Is there somebody in the Historical Society that if we increase that you guys could handle the administrative duties of managing those buildings?
We'd be willing to give it a shot.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
It would probably be me.
probably you.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of energy. Yeah.
But if this becomes, my focus, then,
Yeah.
There's just other things I won't do.
Sure. I mean, is that something you guys would consider? Have Stephanie give us a proposal of what would be an administrative fee that would cover, the cost of the Historical Society kind of managing these buildings, getting the reports, helping the assessments, getting us what it's going to cost to do 1, 2, and 3, and 6. I mean, we probably need some closer numbers on what that's going to be.
Right.
Even if it's just what's the short-term stabilizing option, what's that going to cost? Because it is a pretty cool little village of history there that we don't want to just let fall into disrepair.
Yeah. And they just, Retired Iron just did a really great job working on the forge out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
blacksmith
looks
shop.
great. And
Yeah.
the blacksmith
Yeah.
that moved to our area is pretty excited about participating in that.
Yeah. Yep. At the very least, can we have Stephanie put some numbers together and get back to us as to what?
Yeah, I agree to that. Stephanie, I would invite you to, I don't know that they do this work, but they would know who does this work. Stop by the courthouse and get a hold of those Restore Works. That's what they do, is historical restoration. They're doing the work on the courthouse now. And I don't know that they do any woodwork stuff, but they would definitely know somebody in that field for you to contact.
Yeah. And we're a very integral partner with Indiana Landmarks. So they always have lists of people for us. So, okay, well, we will accept the challenge to get you some estimates on some of this work.
Well, on top of the Restore Works, see if you can get a hold of anybody down at the Indiana State Fair with Pioneer Village. A lot of what they do is the same path. LaPorte County Fair has a great historical village as well. So I think if you can make those contacts with those individuals, they've done a great job keeping those areas kept up well.
Okay.
I think that'd be a good path to just kind of see what you can find through those areas as well.
Right. And we are doing little bit of a partnership with Porter County Library. They have some software for finding grants that our library doesn't have. So we're gonna made a call to them.
Crystal and Kelly, they took that grant writing class out at Extension.
Oh, okay.
So they should to be available for these kinds of things. So if you would talk to them about possible assistance on pursuing some grants, but put together a number or a proposal from the Historical Society to us for what you guys would charge us to be administrators of those buildings.
Okay.
And that would, because we appreciate your passion for doing it. You've done it on a shoestring for a long time, recognizing that it's at a point where to keep these things going. But you guys have the time and ability and ideas to help keep it going. And I think it would be good. I could see us funneling. We would get more bang for the buck funneling administrative money to the Historical Society than hiring somebody to do that. Right. I mean, that wouldn't necessarily work. So,
okay.
See, give us a couple options of what that could look like to support the Historical Society and your efforts.
Okay.
Take care of that.
Thank you for
to give you more to do.
Yeah. Well, it didn't sound like Jack as the engineer needed any more to do. So
yeah, we keep getting all these buried cable permits and everything else.
Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you for the report and the assessments, and I look forward to hearing what you guys have for us going forward.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. All right, next up, we have with NIPSCO, our road use agreement and the cost sharing agreement that was referenced earlier. So I see Rob is here from NIPSCO. Anyone else? Who's coming up? Katie's back there as well, but who wants to come up? And you've put a lot of effort into this, and Eric has as well.
Yeah, put a little bit of time into it. So what you have is the road use agreement that we have for the Schaefer gas peaker project. So what it really covers is the authorized roads that we would have to bring in deliveries and things like that. So have the established roads for that, the roads that we would stay away from. It also then covers the roads in which we would improve, both leading into the project and then once the project is complete. So that's what the road use agreement overall covers.
Eric, did you have any comments on the details covered?
This has been in discussions now since February of last year, and I think the parties have their own concerns that have arisen on during the course of this. It's been educational by both parties. The agreement, I think, reflects those issues, and one item is that there is a form of cost sharing agreement which used the model that was used with the EDP for payment of BF&S, and that was to NIPSCO would advance $50,000 at the outset to cover the costs with the county with BF&S on the natural gas peaker and working with the county in that regard. Well, in April, another part of NIPSCO suggested a greater scope, which was approved by the commissioners earlier. So NIPSCO has agreed that we will adjust that scope in the coming time. We'll have some sort of addendum, but we didn't want to slow down the entire project and agreement for that. So we'll be back with an amendment to the cost sharing agreement.
Okay. Craig and Ryan, you guys have been very instrumental in helping to craft the language here along with Rob and others. Do you have any thoughts or comments you'd like to make about any of the high points?
It's a long ride to get to this point. I know that.
But a ride it was. I do appreciate you guys finding the alternative route to get your heavy hauls in. I know that took a lot of time on your guys' part and a lot of help from engineering.
Yep.
But I think we seek these road use agreements to be as least impactful to the community as we can. And I think we've gotten to that point now where we're not impacting the neighbors around there with this disruption of the 4 heavy hauls. And I'm very thankful that you guys were able to do that. So thank you for all that.
Yep.
Keep it on house.
Yeah. Yeah. So, so with that, as far as the road use agreement goes, would any of you gentlemen want to move and make the motion to approve the road use agreement as crafted and presented?
I'd move to make a motion to approve the road use agreement for the peaker unit.
Okay.
Support.
Craig makes the motion. Ryan supports. Any further discussion? Being none, all in favor as presented, say aye.
Aye.
All right.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Rob. Then the follow-up then is the cost sharing agreement, which Eric just touched on, and the increase of scope to be able to retain BF&S to make sure that everybody's interests, companies and counties are taken care of, as well as the public. And we appreciate their expertise. So you guys are aware of that. Would one of you want to move and make the motion to approve the cost sharing agreement as presented?
I'll make a motion to approve the cost sharing agreement.
Support.
Motion made by Ryan, supported by Craig. Any further discussion? Being none, all in favor as presented, say aye.
Aye.
All right, and there's a second copy I'll give to each of you on all of these, so. Yeah, all right. Okay. Any other comments on that topic while we're finishing up? Not? Okay. Next up is Dotty Warrick talking about stray cats. Good morning.
Okay. My name is Dotty Warrick. I live at 322 South Sunset Drive, Rensselaer, Indiana. And I realize part of my information I'm sharing today will have to be presented before the Jasper County Animal Control Board at the meeting on June 8th. And hopefully one of the commissioners will attend with me. And just like aquifers, feral cats have no boundaries. So even though I live in the city of Rensselaer, there's problems in the county part of Rensselaer. So I wanted to acknowledge Kendra, the director of Jasper County Animal Control, that she has reached out to Mayor Phillips and Chief of Rensselaer Police Department to explain the city of Rensselaer's ordinance 90.02. And it's running at large prohibited and how to enforce that ordinance. I have copies of that ordinance if you want it. Would you want a copy of that or you don't need it?
Sure, I'll take copies.
Should I give it to everybody?
Is that what we have right here?
No.
No, we have our county ordinance.
That's the
County.
Jasper
Oh.
County.
Which has the definition of cat, cat at large, and feral cat. There's three different categories there.
Isn't it the same? Good.
It's fine. Thank you, Jack.
Thanks, Rain.
Mhm.
Thank you.
There you go. You can give it to Cynthia for reference. Okay. Anyway, continue.
Okay, I'm requesting a $10,000 fund for Jasper County Trap and Release. It costs about $150 a cat. That includes the mandated rabies shot. And thank you for your consideration. And I realize that I need to go in front of the Jasper County Animal Control Board also.
My understanding, does the Animal Control Board have a vendor, one of the board members who was performing this already? And having money to do it's one thing. Do you have a vendor who can actually do it?
Right, Pounds to Pillows, I believe.
Okay.
But we need a lot of funding to do this, and I didn't know if you had other businesses that could match any of that money.
Well, I don't know of any at the moment, but I'll certainly put out there right now if there's any businesses that would want to potentially donate to the Animal Control Fund or the Friends of the Animal Control Fund to help with the trap and release of feral cats, that they should definitely contact Kendra and
Right.
the Animal Control Board regarding that issue. Yeah, I know it's and back in 2003 when we did the county ordinance, Eric actually did some research for us, which gave those three definitions and of those of a regular cat, domestic cat, or a cat at large, which is a roaming, a cat found roaming aimlessly away from premises of its owner or keeper, but that doesn't include a farm cat or a feral cat. Cat at large is typically not wild, and a feral cat is considered a wild animal. So that the whole definition of dealing with them is more like dealing with, a raccoon or a fox or some other wild animal. So it's not just as simple as, being able to go get them. So you can.
My understanding that this rescue traps them, takes them, and then they release them back to where they found them.
Well, the difference is too, a feral cat typically is one you're not going to see because they're wild. They're nocturnal. They stay out of sight. It's the cat at large, which is the semi-friendly cats that you're having trouble with at your house or,
No, they're more feral cats
Well.
because you can't get up to them. And we're having a hard time trapping them.
yeah.
But,
Yep. Well, I guess follow up with the animal control board
okay. And
and,
I appreciate if one of you would attend with me, if
well,
that's possible.
we've been to, I won't necessarily commit. I've been to several animal control meetings. That's why I know about cats at large and feral cats. I've been there, to those meetings.
Been down this cat trail.
I've been down the cat trail.
And I'm a responsible two cat mom, so.
Yeah. I'll try to make the meeting. I can't promise them 100% that I'll get there, but I'll certainly talk with Kendra about it in the meantime.
Okay.
And, see what they can do, because we could ask for the money, but the council still has to be the one to appropriate the money. So,
I'm planning on going before them
Yeah.
too, so.
yeah. Yep.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna let this die.
I understand.
Dottie, I see here in the city's ordinance, there's a fine, $90.99.
And
Where's it go?
I don't know, but they're not enforcing it right now. But there's another inside cat, this lady, she's the one who's letting this happen. I took a picture of it this morning. It's got a plea collar on it. So I gotta go back and write a letter to the city police department so they can go back out to her house.
I mean, that might be a potential funding area for them too, if you can get the city
Right.
to put that fine
That's
towards
another
funding it.
thing. Who's in charge of the police department? The mayor?
Mhm.
So I need to go in front of them. The bad thing is the meeting is the same night as the animal control board
They
meeting.
should at least boost their fine to $150. That would
That's what-
cover the
yeah.
cost of, yeah.
Right.
I'm looking at it right now, that 90.99 is just a section in the city. So, first offense is a $15 fine.
Oh.
Second is 20. Third offense is $25. Subsequent offenses, $25.
Yeah. Yeah. Got to boost that a little bit.
Start there.
Inflation rates.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Okay.
So anyway.
All right.
So you're aware of the situation.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Don. Okay, we have a request to use it's the courthouse gazebo and grounds permit, but what they would like to use is the old Johnny Rusk lot, the grassy area over by Ida's. To do, I told them it might get turned to gravel before they use it. I don't know.
By this time, yeah.
Yeah. Had we given Ed a timeline of what we wanted that?
Ed and I, Vince and I,
now.
and Bryce and I have been talking about this ongoing.
Okay.
I think Vince has got he's gonna be able to help us out, it sounds like. And then the city of Rensselaer is gonna help us on hauling the dirt away, and then we'll be looking at Ed for the stone back. But everybody's gonna get to play in this playground.
So they want to use it June 27th, but I told them it's grass now, but it may not be grass when they decide to do it.
It most certainly should not be by then, because we're gonna need to move everybody out of the farmer's market parking lot area.
Yeah.
Before then for construction.
And I just want to bring up, do you guys remember when we tore that building down and they just tore it down to the concrete? From what I recalled, I don't think they took any of that out and they just put dirt on top of that. I don't know if you guys are aware of how that was done. Same thing with the jail parking lot. They're going to have a heck of a time putting the building in there if they plan on putting poles in the ground with concrete, because it's all rubble under there. The old hospital was under there, and then the old jail's under there. They only took that down a few inches underneath the surface of the ground on the old Ike Donnelly building and the old jail. And I remember that very vividly. So that's just one thing to think about if you want to peel that out and put gravel over it.
Well, it might
probably
not
going to be peeling out a little bit more than just a little dirt.
might not be too bad. Then we'll have a solid surface to throw level in, just throw stone on top of it.
Just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah.
I know you guys were around with that too, and it was quite the project.
Basically, it's Truth Bible Church wants to do a yard sale, garage sale. So I just told them to get the permit, and they would like to set up for a garage sale. They'll be setting up tables, probably the little fold out tents for shade. Be a nice big area that's close to where their church is. They'll make sure everything's cleaned up when done. So as far as I'm concerned, it's okay with me, but
yeah, I'm fine with it.
As long as they know there's
just
a preface to
just
it.
as long as they may not,
Yeah.
it's
Could be a construction zone.
yeah. Yep. Okay. Well, then would one of you want to make the motion to approve the use of that space on that day with the note that it may not be grass anymore, or likely not going to be grass. So
I make the motion to approve.
Straight makes the motion, supported by Ryan. Any further discussion? Not all in favor as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. That is approved. Okay. Any other business from commissioners?
I guess I'll lead into this. I had a phone call last week and it's about our ATV, UTV golf cart ordinance in the county. I asked the gentleman to be present today to speak on it as what he's found, and he's here. So I would ask him to come to the microphone now and tell us what he ran into while trying to be compliant by our ordinance.
Morning. My name's Keith Gooden, and like Craig says, I started trying to figure everything out on these ordinances, on these ATV, UTV and golf cart, the way that it's wrote now. And one of the main issue is that from what I read in the state of Indiana, that a SMV sign, slow moving vehicle sign, you are only allowed to go to 25 mile per hour under state law. Okay. Most states, and I know a lot of different public parks and stuff like that, they don't use SMV signs for like UTV and ATVs. They use the whip with the orange triangle flag on it. And it seems to me that your SMV sign is fine for like your golf carts, because most of them don't even approach a speed at 25. I've also talked to the sheriff's department, and they've also said that I was kind of on the right page here because of the state law versus that. My question when I went to the sheriff's department, well, if we do the SMV sign on the back, you're only showing it on the back. And does that mean we have to maintain nothing more than a 25 mile an hour speed limit? I got the feedback from the sheriff, and he said his opinions on it. And I also talked to Craig, and he said that we can possibly get an amendment on this. The other thing is that almost every single manufacturer of ATVs or UTVs are set up for safety whip flags to be easily installed. I have some pictures here. Not enough for everybody, but
Can you bring them up and let us cycle them through? Oh, okay.
Your ATVs and your UTVs, almost all of them have a bracket on there.
And that's on the rear rack.
That's on the rear rack. And while not quite as problematic as a 4x4 or like your 4x4 bike styles, your UTVs, you don't usually have quite the problem, although it is problematic. You normally have to like fab something up to either drill holes in or put U-bolts or something like that in it. But your four-wheelers, present a more unusual problem to where you have to deal with the exhaust with a lot of them, including both of the ones that we have got toolboxes and stuff. You also have your taillights back here. Okay, anywhere above here. Now, me personally, I don't have any that are popped up race style stuff. Mine are usually like I use them on the farm. But that being said, if you put these signs anywhere along this bracket, you're either back here under the tires, and if you want to keep it down at least something similar to the top of the rack, or you're behind the tail light, or you're behind the muffler system. So, I mean, maybe if possible, you could make an amendment to keep your slow moving vehicle signs for your golf carts, which would stay under the state laws, and possibly do your amendment to where your SU or your side by sides and your four wheelers would be able to get away with, say, I think Craig and I discussed it. We were talking like a 4 foot, somewhere around the top of your head of a whip flag. And you would actually, the visibility would actually be better than having an SMV sign on the back, because you'd be able to see it 360.
And this is common practice at all your state parks, or even, like down at Attic at the Badlands. Everything has to have that whip flag on it. It's more visible for sure.
Yeah, they've got to be
and easier to mount.
Doing this for 40 years.
Yeah.
And it's just, instead of going through all of this, putting it on there, and we would still be breaking the law if you go over 25 mile an hour.
Right. What are your thoughts, Eric?
It was a whole different group of commissioners that enacted the original golf cart ordinance following state law. And I do recall a good amount of time was put in to amend the ordinance after it was passed, once people started getting permits. And I am fine with whatever state law says. And so there may have been some judgmental decisions made because the amendment did add to the golf cart ordinance, adding ATVs and UTVs. And so I don't know offhand if there is a definition under the statutes to allow for a different way to do it. But a lot of it really does come from the state.
Would we have the ability here to amend that to put the whip in there for the ATV, UTV, and still keep the slow moving vehicle on the golf cart?
If the statutes will allow it, I'll take a look right now.
Okay. All right.
That's all I have, but I thank you for your time.
Thanks for bringing it up. Appreciate it.
So the question being, is a whip flag an acceptable form of
identification?
Yeah.
On the roads?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there is no place on an ATV specifically. It's very, very cumbersome trying to figure out where to mount that SFB sign.
Got that. I mean, you're talking, it's just whipping around.
Bicycle flag.
It's a 6 foot bicycle flag.
Well, they make them, 4 or 6 foot.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And the thought being that, if that was just higher than the rider's head, basically you would be able to see it from the forward, any side. The SMV sign on the back, coming from the sides or head on, you don't see it. Right?
Yeah.
And that's why your state parks and your other facilities like that require the whip. If you have a Jeep at those areas, you still have to have the whip on it.
I'd like to add to that too. That's a very, very good point. Any vehicle 25 miles an hour or slower, SMV, be it a go-kart or whatever, above you don't want to, because the SMV is agricultural designer tractor. You know that's a slow-moving vehicle. When people purchase those and put them on their mailboxes or their posts, they really shouldn't do that, because that's stationary. You know, maybe if you hung it upside down or sideways, you still shouldn't do it.
Very good point.
Okay. All right, a bit of other business I saw up here. We have a receipt for $72 for America 250 posters. So we had money budgeted for that, didn't we? Okay. So would one of you guys want to make a motion to approve signing this $72 bill for posters?
Make a motion to approve.
Support.
Motion made by Ryan, supported by Craig. All in favor as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Okay, other business, Eric, anything from you?
Nothing for me.
Okay. Diana, anything from you?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Anything I need?
Thank you.
Vince, anything? Coming up, Mary? We already did you, or take care, okay. All right, Sarah, I see you out there from EDO. Anything you'd like to need to bring up today?
June 11th, there's an extra D meeting workshop at Barrow for all of the counties involved in the ag strategy. So it's free to attend that for officials and I sent out an email. So it's I believe that's going to be the site selection workshop to kind of go through how sites are prepared. And then the next one will be economic development best practices later this summer. Just wanted to highlight that in case it got lost in your details.
What time was that?
And I think it's at 9, and it was June 11th.
Set out at Fair Oaks?
Yes.
Okay. And you got your third Thursdays thing started, your welcome center open, so nice job on that.
And it does start from 9 a.m. to 3:30. And site development seminar. There'll be a site selector there and going through what is looked at when companies are looking at sites. For road and water.
Okay. All right, anything else? Stace, anything?
I'll be back to you in July with county insurance renewal. The numbers I've seen so far look really good. We're certainly not gonna be dealing with anything close to last year. The other question I had is a couple of years ago, there was the wind farm company was talking about they were gonna build a building and once they were done, they were gonna turn that over to the county. Did that ever happen? Not that I'm aware of.
Didn't know that was on the books.
Well, they were gonna build an OEM operations and maintenance building, whatever, but they abandoned that idea and they bought an existing building by Remington. So I don't know what else. That's the only building I was aware of that they were gonna maybe do.
Yeah, there was talk about they were gonna turn it over to the county to use as storage maintenance, but
Yeah, nothing happened there, so yeah. No worries on that at the moment, so
thank you.
thanks. All right, we have an update, speaking of wind?
Yeah, I can give you a quick update.
Sure.
I guess Dico, we're still going through the few miles of road reparations. Boersma, the general contractor that was on site, they found out last week that they decided that they're done and pulled off site, or they think they're done. Based off what I've seen a few hours this morning on site, they're not done. We do have a meetup set up for the 11th with the county, myself, and EDP. Do we're calling it a walkthrough. Hopefully we drive. Kind of put together a punch list of everything and Boersma's come back. And
Nice. That's why we've got you there. So appreciate, did a great job for us down there, BF&S and Brandon there. And we're going to also have for any future projects that they're construction compliance for us, there will be that same similar hotline ability for locals to be able to contact, email, whatever, more ways than one. And we'll get regular reports on the status of things. So thank you. Let us know how that turns out. So, all right. Anyone else from the audience concerning other business for the county? If not, we would entertain a bit of public comment. If there's anyone who wants to make a comment, either in person or by way of Zoom, just state your name and address and share your thoughts.
Rebecca Derador, 13951 North, 500 East, Napier, 46374, Kankakee Township, Jasper County. Questions for Ed. 400 East was paved from 1350 to the river. Was that part of finishing up the Dunn's Bridge Road?
CCMG project.
Okay. Are there going to be any lines on that road?
Not at this point.
Okay, because already somebody's dropped off the edge of the road. And then on a personal note, we have a field that we'd be dropping into. So I guess with permission, we're going to fill in an area where we can drive in.
Give me a call. I can come up there and meet you and let me know where it's at. If something we can do to help out a little bit. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we'll probably take care of it. There's an upcoming abatement that was brought up at the last council meeting, and it says it's for real property. So is real property land, or is it all the equipment and the buildings and stuff like that?
So there's your difference between real and personal.
Right.
And there's schedules for both of that, but that's what the council will be dealing with, I believe, on the 16th.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and basically, in terms of abatement, it's not a total forgiveness of taxes. It's a redirect of the funds as to how we get them. And you're aware of that.
Yeah.
So that's really what it's about, is how can the county capture and be able to use the funding? And we are trying to balance between taking funds through an agreement and letting funds go through the normal tax rolls to help your rates in that regard. So we've been trying to work through what that balance is, what the best mix and formula of that is.
At one of the, it was a public meeting on the ordinance for the solar. I believe Steve Jordan said you can't abate land. People were saying the solar wasn't paying any taxes. He said they're paying the taxes on the land. You can't abate land. So that's why I wondered if this project, the NIPSCO project and the data center project, the peaker plant data center and their other thing, if you're going to abate the land.
Land cannot be abated. Land improvements can be. So the actual building.
Okay.
So there's your land, no, buildings and equipment.
Right.
Two different schedules.
But they're all considered then real property?
Equipment is business personal property.
Okay.
Buildings would be real.
Oh, the buildings is real.
Yeah. And the value, from my understanding, I'm tax lawyer, right? My understanding is the value of that land will drastically change as it's improved.
Yes. That's why I just want to clarify that.
Yeah.
That's it.
Thank you.
Mr. Moderator, ladies and gentlemen, Brett Malin, BRETT, MAHLEN. And just wanted to share a little bit of audio from a video, if I may.
Would you go ahead and restate your address for us as well?
9246 Aspen Court.
Okay, thank you.
In DeMont. Just a brief comment on the issue of data centers. Before that, I just wanted to mention a brief Robert's Rules issue. Any motion that is made may be undone, may be retracted or taken back by 2/3 vote. Just wanted to remind you, you can undo anything that you have done by 2/3 vote. So this is a video. I'll just describe it really briefly, and then you'll be able to hear the audio. This is a man who is right across the street, pretty much, from a data center in Dowagiac, Michigan. And so he's sitting on his deck, or standing on his deck, and he's just talking about what it's like being right across the street from one. or just down within earshot of it. We'll begin talking in a moment. So I'm not sure how well you were able to hear it. I hope you were able to hear it somewhat well, but basically, he is standing on his deck and he's saying, we used to like it here. It was nice, open country, and we've been here a very good while. And he is saying that he can't even open his windows. You've got to hear this constant hum. And he's saying, I'm probably not going to be able to sell this place. So basically, the data center has made a nice place to live into a horrible place to live. And he's not going to probably get his money if he ever tries to sell. So just wanted to encourage you that the data centers are economic destruction. They're not economic development. Thank you all.
Thanks for your comments.
Hi, Michelle Hoffman, 14225 North 200 West Wheatfield. So I know that you have now before you guys the road use agreement for the heavy machinery, equipment, whatever NIPSCO needs to bring in. I just want to know how the construction worker traffic is going to flow. Will you guys have a road use agreement to try to keep most of the construction workers off the county roads, away from our houses and the areas that we travel?
There's a road impact study being done right now. We're waiting on it to come back. And so that's why we haven't initiated any sort of a finalization of where that's going to be at. BF&S is intimately involved in that with us. And we're anxiously waiting to get that back before anything would be solidified as far as where it's going to be and how it's going to look. You know, I mean, there's been multiple different shots at this as far as off-site parking and transporting being bussed in, shuttled in, so there wouldn't be cars, and we're all looking for the best option to least impact any of our county roads.
So yeah, we've had, actually, there's studies going on, I think multiple involving NDOT as well, because to BF&S, Jake pointed out that a lot of the intersections are going to be overwhelmed, no doubt. So Ryan's been intimately involved. These guys especially have, because they're familiar with logistics more than I am. And BF&S has been, sending the urgency. And we did have some discussions limiting, don't want hauls going through Demont. You know, we're trying to push things, and we tried to encourage the company. Rob knows from discussions with NIPSCO, try to use their rail as much as possible, save loads off the roads as much as possible, and to accommodate locals being able to get in and out of their properties so they can go about their daily business. So to Craig's point, we're still waiting on data from some of those studies. So
when do you expect these studies to come back?
You remember what the timeline was on that, Jake?
I believe the memorandum of understanding is supposed to be delivered tomorrow from draft engineer for our review, which sets the basically the agreement of what's going to be reviewed, the horizon year, and all those sort of things. I think we're probably 2 to 3 weeks away from receiving a traffic impact study. And it's broken down into two components. The first is operational. The second is construction phasing, which is the heavier traffic.
Right, and that's the part I want to know about.
That's the part we're mostly concerned with because of volumes.
And I'm just asking because like this morning when I was leaving my own place to come here, I seen one of the Ryan companies their fire response vehicles on the back roads. So I'm not sure if they were trying to do a detour or if they're trying to scout out ways to get from 231 to 49 easily, or what the deal is. So, and I'm not pinpointing just to them or anything.
Well, that's also part of why we're looking at funding the sheriff to get his extra officers, which will essentially be his traffic safety division, to get vehicles that are going to be specifically, because I've talked to other locals up there. We already know there was a load of stone that rolled over or whatever, and
Incidents in a day.
yeah, so we already
Right,
know.
that's
We already,
right down from
so we know that before other funding comes, we need to spend some of our current EDA funding to get extra personnel and equipment in place, cameras, et cetera, to help mitigate this now, because we already know it's getting that way. So yes, so we're working to make sure that we mitigate this as best as possible, and appreciate your intel. Keep giving us what you see. Let us know.
So are you hoping to get this before all construction starts, or is it going to be afterwards? And now you're going to try to get the companies to change their routings?
Jake, can you speak on that?
Yeah, the traffic engineers have worked with the contractors to understand the number of employees as the project progresses, and they've identified a peak period. So that peak period isn't until middle of next year. So there is some work happening now with the mass grading. The intent and what we will do, and we'll do everything we can to make sure that happens, is that the agreement will be in place before the heavier operations start with all the construction volume increases. What's still in question is where is the offsite parking? And what I'll say is that one of the solutions to this is this dispersion of traffic. We can't have everything coming all from one location, one direction. So we're trying to help them distribute traffic better, so that it isn't as much of an impact. I'm certain it is going to be some degree of impact. You can't imagine it won't be. But at the same point, the roads are public right of way. They are allowed to use them. We just have to do our best to try to mitigate the routes, the impact on the routes.
Much more of a controlled approach, not a free for all like you all experienced. I say we in quotes as the county, but
especially
you all specifically who live up there endured it during solar projects.
Yeah.
So we don't want to repeat that.
No, and I don't want to repeat the traffic flows with the workers and the speeding and the off-site parking. I really don't see that working, because most construction people, they want to get in their vehicles and get home.
And we
They don't
talked
want
about
that extra.
staggered shifts as well, I think, so that you're not having this mass all in one shot.
Right, because I know a lot of us in the area go up 49 through Porter County to get to work. Others go shoot off toward 231, take I-65 up Lake County, whatever directions they want to go that way. But it is traffic flow for mornings for work, in the evenings when people are coming off, they're getting off of work. I don't want to see 100+ workers coming down the roads past our houses. It is disturbing. And then it wears our roads out more. And 1450 is not a great road anyways.
The best.
So.
Well, the goal is for these roads to be maintained and then end up in better shape than where they are now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Michelle.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Mary Ann Malin, 9246 Aspen Court. And that's in DeMont. And I'm here because, first of all, for the noise, there are ways to handle the noise. If we can pass an ordinance, like 55 decibels or something like that. If that's possible to do that, to make sure that the noise level is kept at a manageable level. Also, Amazon, Google, Meta, and Microsoft are funding what's called Indiana Connects. And it's about data centers, and they're trying to promote the data centers, and they're saying hundreds of millions of dollars will go to the schools, and they have really fun pictures of kids having fun and running around with their backpacks. And yet we have this economic revitalization. So you're talking about having an abatement. Will that impact this? Like, how does it look? Like, if you're going to have hundreds of millions of dollars, is that part of the contract that you have with them to fund the KV schools or the schools here?
So there would be a component for education support in the agreement. So there is for all the high schools in the county.
As for the high schools?
For the high schools. Yep.
Okay.
So and then my understanding is there would be ongoing support and communication with the high schools. That would be between the developer and the schools at that point, if I understand that correctly. Yep.
When you say ongoing communication, what does that mean? Like, how are they spending the money? I mean, is it
I
going to
think
be
their
about-
goal is to help train future
They wanna-
workforce.
Yeah, they want to help build a partnership amongst each other to create a technology program or advanced technology programs within those schools to be able to keep a retention of students within the local communities to go work at those project sites or surrounding areas.
Okay, because the actual data center you only need like 30 people working at
Well, there's also a commitment that they're going to hire 250.
At least.
At least. That's their minimum commitment right now, but they're saying it's going to be more than that.
Oh,
Post completion of the project.
Full-time people.
That's post completion?
Mm-hmm.
Does that include the peaker unit then? Is this?
We're talking solely on the data center.
And at the event the other night at KV School, I think the number that was floated out there to everybody when they were asking the question was that number is more like 900
For
full-time employees for the data center.
full-time Post.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Might lead you to believe that everything on the internet's not.
There's going to be a minimum stipulation that the council can set for their agreement to take place. They're going to have to commit to 250 or 300 employees at a minimum. Typically, when you do commitments, stipulations with the council, back when I was on the council, we worked with some companies, and they had employment stipulations, a basic wage level and number of jobs. And then typically they came in exceeding what they promised they would do, and that allows their abatement. The council then decides to allow their abatement to continue. If they fall below, the council could have the power to suspend that agreement for that year if they fall below. So there is a commitment. It's going to be, but that'll be between the council and they're part of the whole equation. So there's going to be a lot of long-term jobs.
Okay. And has the water study been released yet?
We haven't not gotten the water study yet, but once again, water for this potential project is going to come from NIPSCO's current infrastructure. No additional large well use for this project.
Okay. Well, when you say the current, is that like the closed loop system or something like that they call it?
The current implementation of the water would be received out of the NIPSCO intake well out of the Kankakee River going into their first pond.
Okay. All right. So there wouldn't be an increased demand on that?
They're only
from the
permitted the
Kankakee?
68, I think I repeated
68 million a day.
68 million gallon a day. That's their permittation level, so they cannot withdraw beyond that.
Okay.
And that's
Do you know-
monitored by the DNR.
Do you know how much they're using a day right now?
Anybody here from NIPSCO know that answer today?
No, not very much because 17, 18 are not running, but when the CCGT is up and running, what is it, 22, 23 million gallons a day? Yeah. Our NPDES permit, which is the permit to discharge, also has regulation on 316B, which is for fish and train management, and that actually puts the intake limit at, I think, 37. So while we do have 68 million gallons, there's a balance that we have to put out, but the NPDES actually sit below that.
Okay, but there's enough through NIPSCO to handle the 68?
That Amazon is kind of like rounding error for the amount of water we use, and we've got in our intake settling basin, I think it holds 88 million gallons. So there's, they're going to use 8 a year. So.
Okay, and that includes everything, including the peaker as well as the.
Well, peaker doesn't include the water, the CCGT bill, and 17, 18 million water they run. But right now the plan is that we're going to run concurrent.
Okay, when you say 17, 18, are
those are the existing coal plants.
Okay, that's what
as a result of the order 202C order from the federal government.
Yeah, and those are being maintained now as well.
They're working.
They're working on them. Okay.
So the goal is actually that they'll likely be using less water than they have the whole area than what they had been for the coal plant when it was at its peak use.
Okay. Well, please set up a noise limit
There will
resolution.
certainly be noise studies. My understanding, they have whole engineering teams just dedicated to acoustics, and that's been a part of our concerns that we've expressed. Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you, Mary Ann. Appreciate it. Okay. Dottie gets the last word.
I don't know if that's good or bad. My name is Dotty Warrick. I live at 322 South Sunset Drive, Rensselaer. You should already know that by now. But anyway, when I went to the Amazon presentation in Hobart and the one in Wheatfield, they were vague about the water consumption. So the one at Wheatfield, they talked about 20 million gallons a year. So do they have a closed loop system? Or are they going to be pumping the water out of the Pinky River?
When you say they're vague, you're not exactly comparing apples to apples between Hobart and
Right.
Kinky Township.
Because Hobart's pumping it through the city.
You're correct.
Okay, so but I'm just saying they were both vague about it. I had to find out that information after the presentation.
From what I seen on the big bulletin board that was behind the gentleman that are doing water, it said right there on an average year, 8 million gallons a year.
8.
On an average year.
Yeah, he said 20.
That might be on a above average year, but on an average year, it's 8.
So how are they getting the water? Like what kind of system is it?
It pulls it from what I've been told, and please, anybody that has, correct me, they'll pull in through the intake pond where it settles out all the sediment that NIPSCO currently uses, the 88 million gallon pond that Brian just spoke of.
Okay.
They'll pull off of it. They'll run it through the system. It will then go straight out to the cooling pond that they currently access. It's about 750 million gallon.
I think it gets treated before it gets put back into the discharge.
And then it has to go through the testing procedures through IDM to be able to go back into the river, just like NIPSCO does today. Is that pretty accurate?
Yep.
So it's, when you say closed loop, I've read a little bit about some of these, and I've talked to another county that is looking at that. They pull in water, say April 15th, and they use it to cool with that whole year.
Right.
Meanwhile, they're adding chemicals the whole time to do that, right? To keep everything good.
Right.
And then October 15th, it gets cool enough they can cool there. They dump all that. That's a bigger concern to me from a water potential pollution standpoint. I'm sure they have to go through safeguards just like we do here to make sure that water's able to go back in whatever stream it's getting discharged into. But we won't see that level of chemicals being added because it's continually going, right? When they need it,
I see.
it's going to go in, cool, and go out.
Okay.
Right.
'Cause I went to a presentation in Lowell and they talked about closed loop.
Yeah.
So that's why I was wondering if that would be better or not. So.
If you're drawing from well, yeah, probably, because
Right.
you're only pulling at this time of year, and that's particularly in your wet season. So you're not affecting everybody. But then on that discharge side, it brings up a whole nother set of questions for me.
And I listened to a young man out in the parking lot after the councilman meeting, and he wanted a moratorium on it for a while. I don't understand why you're like, everybody has to rush into this and wait for better technology to cool these.
Guess I don't have a problem with the technology they're cooling with now from a heat exchanger standpoint. When they're saying that, I mean, we've been presented multiple times, the public has too, that 98% of the time they're going to cool with air.
Okay.
On an average year. 2% of the time they'll use water. It's obviously cheaper for them to use air than water.
And I don't know about geothermal cooling, if that would work.
But I mean, if you're closed loop, that would be how they'd have to set that up. It would have to go into the ground, cool itself off in the ground and go back in. That's how a closed loop would have to function.
So would that be better than drawing water out of Kinky River?
Well, you're still, I mean, that's back to the point of when you discharge that water out at the end of the year with what's been added to it all those months, that poses more questions for me than having river water going in return, right? And the only thing we're getting rid of is heat from the cooling process.
Okay, that's
Thanks.
all I needed.
Thanks, Dottie. Appreciate it. All right. Thank you again for a very robust meeting. We always have a lot to do. If there's nothing else, I would entertain a motion to adjourn. If we need another meeting, we'll do a special called meeting, correct? Okay.
Yep.
And then Drainage Board to follow in just a few minutes. So who'd like to make the magic motion today?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Greg makes the motion,
20 support.
supported by Ryan. All in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.